So this is the continuation of Reality War. Now, I want you're gonna have to prepare yourself for shit writing, bad grammar, confusion. You know what? Every element that has to do with bad storytelling. All right, I'm just gonna get into this. The event will start in the morning. Oh, by the way, there's nothing to look at. Just like put this in your background or something. The event will start in the morning, in a morning, with Sam doing his morning routine. After the routine, the title will appear after looking up into the sky, and then the intro starts after the intro. We cut to a scene where many people are investigating the zero point and things start to fall out of it and become more aggressive. And we cut to an office with Sam and Tommy and Jonesy, spelled Jonsy. Jonesy comes in fear that fear is many universes will collide with our own, so that the Create team makes an aircraft carrier and fly it near the zero point. And then the scene cuts to 3 days later, and Sam and Tommy are looking at the zero point, and some sounds come out of the zero point, and a huge energy spikes. The zero point becomes unstable, and Sam and Tommy gets close to it, and an explosion happens, and all the weapons and signals are destroyed. Everyone panics, and lightning starts, and more things come out of the zero point. The aircraft carrier shot an laser LAZAR beam, and it backfired and made some danger to the carrier. And after all that, everything goes silent. And then many portals open to different universes, and the first rift is very dangerous. In that universe, there's a being, Being. In the universe, there's a being called Zero. He is known of destroying universes, and Jonesy says he's coming. So everyone gets ready, and Zero comes out in shock. He never destroyed a universe so pathetic, Zero said. So he destroyed a whole building, a HOLE building, and took down the aircraft carrier and making it crash. Everything goes black and wakes up in an island near the crash. Sam sees Zero doing some magic shit, and Sam tries to shoot him, but Tommy stops him and says, "He's too strong. You cannot beat him." And Sam agreed. And then a rift appears, and someone comes out of it, and that man is 1AP. And he's from a different universe and says, "Come with me. You don't have much time. I will explain when we get there." And everyone goes into a portal, and they all go to a futuristic world, but it's all first house. It's the first house. This is referring to the when I showed off all the old Fortnite builds. It's the very first one. And it's futuristic. It's the first house world, but it's futuristic. It's spelled incredibly wrong. I'm not even gonna say. I'm embarrassed of this. And Sam was impressed. So 1AP explains that he is hunting Zero and he needs their help. THERE. He reveals many things about Zero, and 1AP introduces Sam, but from a different universe. And Sam 130 says, "Hey guys, I know, it's weird, but you guys are in a different universe. You guys are in currently Universe 130. We labeled yours 888, and we have been watching you for a bit, and we need to kill Zero." And Sam 888 says, "I'm in." And 1AP opens a rift and says, "We are not alone." And goes into the rift, and everyone goes into a portal. Everyone falls into a desert. There's nothing around. And 1AP says, we're in universe 382, and we have something here that we have someone here that we need to meet. Sorry. And everyone walks through the desert and finds grass, and walks more, and he finds a city. And 1AP says he's here. So everyone goes into the city and finds food to eat, and everyone's surprised. Surprise, Supprized, with a multiverse, and they find a small house that looks like a house. Roku is my other friend. Roku built a house, so they found the house Roku built, and 1AP knocks on the door, and Roku comes out, but he's different from the others. He is a powerful mutant full of cosmic energy enough to kill Zero, and 1AP says, "We need your help. Zero is going to destroy another universe. In the universe, if it gets destroyed, Zero will become super powerful." And Roku refuses to not help. 1IP and Roku argue, and Sam888 says, "Why though?" And Roku says, "Well, I'm 89 years old, and I just don't want to fight anymore. There are only two more zeros, and I don't want to talk about it. Just go find a different person. I'm too old as fuck." And everyone leaves. 1IP says, "I know one more person, but it's risky." Everyone goes, "Fuck it." And 1IP opens a portal to Universe 6969. What the fuck is this? And when they go in, there's zombies everywhere. Everyone fights, and after a bit, all the zombies all die. Someone appears from nothing, and that person's 33. In his universe, it's a zombie apocalypse, and 33 says, "Why are you and 1AP? Oh my god, you are alive!" 1AP says, "I'm not your 1AP. I'm from a different universe, and we need your help." And 33 says, "Okay." And they all go back to the first universe, and 33 is like, "So, where is he?" 1AP is like, "IDK," but the radar says he's here. So everyone gets on the boat and goes looking for Zero. When they reach Zero, they get teleported to a random universe, and that universe was 382. The universe is the same, but with different skies and trees and grass. And Sam says, "1AP, get us back." But 1AP says, "I'm out of pulsives." So 1AP knows how so 1AP knows how and where to find them. So they went to look for them. They find many things. They find a lake, and 1AP jumps in the lake and comes back with pulsives. And 1AP says, "I'm not telling you." And everyone jumps back to the first universe. And 1AP says, "I've been keeping a secret for a bit. I'm actually the second Zero. That's how I can teleport and stuff." And everyone is in shock. So 1AP goes at him, Zero, and the boss battle starts. At the end, 33 dies and almost kills Zero. But Zero gets away, and if Zero kills someone, he gets more powerful. When 33 dies, everyone seeks revenge. When 33 says his last words, then Zero teleports to his home planet, and everyone got teleported to a random universe. The screen goes black, and the credits play. Here, and we go to this dramatic Marvel-ass movie sounding post-credit scene. We cut back to 6, Roku, and he is just relaxing, and someone calls his name, and the door breaks down, and Hakumai comes to the door and says, "I'm Hakumai. Are you ready?" And here's a post-credit scene. Sam wakes up in a desert, and the camera goes up and sees the Avengers Tower, and the Avengers team plays. Oh wow. So this quote short film thingy is the events of Reality War, as I mentioned in the last video. This is bad. This is really bad. I can tell that this is some of this is inspired from Multiverse of Madness, I can tell. I would say though, some of the ideas here aren't bad, and I still remember what I imagined while writing this. And it's hard to show it, but the environment was actually pretty kind of cool actually. It, a lot of it just feels like a stupid multiverse film that will lead to pretty much nowhere. Yeah, and so we'll go to part 2. Sam wakes up in a 100% desert, world 616. We cut to everyone waking up and exploring the universe. All of them find a city that looks the same as Create City. They explore and find a person with a rift, and go some of the members buy it and some of the members steal it, and they use it to go back to the original universe. When they all meet, they're attacked with fear CRA Islands was destroyed and zombies everywhere. Buildings had fallen and it was doomsday. So basically, the original world that they were in was all completely destroyed. Everything was a mess. And we cut to 5 years later, and everything was still destroyed, but many wood houses and vegetation was there. It was very beautiful. Basically, all the buildings high up, and all these like it was like, imagine like a tree house, but it's around buildings and all these stuff. It's like everything was made of wood and greenery and stuff. And then we cut back to Sam 5 years ago. Okay, weird time jump in, time jump back. And we see that he's very confused, looks around, and sees the Avengers Tower and walks to it. When he's in the lobby, he sees Iron Man and the others. Sam goes, wow. And Tony looks at Sam and has a sense of recognition. So he says hi. Sam says hi, and Sam explains the whole thing, HOLE, and that's happening, and Iron Man agrees to help. So they look for a rift shard in the desert, and they find one and teleport back to the original universe with Tony for 5 years. 5 years later, we see Sam relaxing in the house, and when he has a weird feeling, so he gets up and sees a rift, and things are falling out, and Sam calls everyone, and only Tony comes. Tony Stark. And Sam is confused, because only Tony was here. So Tony investigates the rift and finds that something is unstable in a different universe. And Tony checks it, and that universe has 0 in it. He was back for more. So they see a path every universe, so he destroys. He leaves a so basically he leaves a path. Every he leaves this little trail behind. And he has a big energy source, so they all think that he's looking for something, and they investigate it. And they find a universe that had a huge energy source that they go to it. And they find a temple, but it's very old, but also very futuristic at the same time. They go inside it and they find many blueprints in multiversal travel, a blueprint of a universe maker, and a map that take the and a map they take the map and go to the end that any universe was hidden and had the biggest energy source in the multiverse. To basically explain it, there's just in the universe there's just this little energy source, right? And this like keeps everything together. But this was before Loki. But this whole multiversal core thing keeps everything together, everything intact, every multiverse from not collapsing. And here's the end. Everyone was beaten by Zero, and Nice Zero was dead, and no one stood a chance. And the only one power source that controls the multiverse, and if it's destroyed, 99% of all universes will be destroyed, and everyone fights and fights, but no one could beat him. Zero flies up, FLYS, and he charges down to the power source and flashback plays. While what could have been plays from Arcane. And then everyone sits on a chair and remembers many memories, and then Zero destroys the power source and the credits play. Okay, so basically, I didn't finish writing the finale. There was something about like there's actually a third Zero and he's nice and all that, and all these like references gonna be in here, and the ending was gonna be a bad ending because why not, right? So yeah, that's basically Reality War. That was it. I This was written around 2023, early 2023, I'm pretty sure. And uh, I have never wrote anything in my entire life. So knowingly, yeah, I mean it was going to be bad. I mean I didn't really expect anything good out of this. But looking back, it's interesting because some of these ideas I still like think about. I still think about some of these ideas. And one thing is, if I become a full-on filmmaker and if I have my own studio, I can make my own movie. I will make a movie that's called Reality War, and that's something similar to this, but it'll make sense and it'll be good. And already, like recent times, I might revisit this because I've been getting decent ideas for the multiverse thing. One thing is, in the beginning and anywhere really, all these characters won't be popping up and all that stuff. But one thing is, Reality War will be a project. If I become a full-on filmmaker, I will make reality war into a thing. That is something I will definitely do. It's there's so many ideas, so many things that could be done, so many. It's a multiverse story. So much creativity lies there. If you've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, you know what I'm talking about. There, there's no limit to what you can do, and that's something I really want to do for the future. Like it doesn't. Look, I don't. I'm not saying I have to do it, but I would like to do it, make it, make all these references to my old friends, all these references to other movies, all these references to so many things, so many creative moments, many universes. I mean, the limitless choices, limitless things you can do. But overall, I don't think this is what started my whole film thing, but I will say part of me is proud of this. Part of me, I was proud of this. Looking back, yeah, it sucks, but you know, it's not terrible. The ideas are not bad, and yeah, just yeah, I'm currently excited on this already. I mean, yeah, that's it for Reality War.